Good Monday morning, everybody. So we are an hour and a half away from home. We got a call in from a viewer. She asked me to come out and help the renters that live here with the yard. Now, the neighbor actually sent pictures to the owner and was like, hey, something's going on with your backyard. I don't think they're able to mow it. I think you might need to have someone come out here and cut it or help you cut it. So she's like, I know the right person to call. So she called me and asked if I could help out. So we're not only helping out the homeowner, but the renters as well. And it's just the backyard. The front yard they got done. They maintain it with, I think, a push mower or something. But the backyard is too much for small equipment. So we need to put a big mower on here. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. Bunch of weeds, grass, dog landmines, and this back fence needs to be cleaned up as well. You can't even probably see the fence, but yeah, I'm walking through the grass right now and it's up to my knees. It's gonna be fun. And it kind of loops around here and stops here. And this stuff here, this stuff's like up to my chest. Like, look at this. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Oh, well, we're gonna have to clear out some of these branches. I don't even know what's in here. I have to be careful when we mow. I think I see their push mower in there. We won't creep in. We don't want to do that. I really hate to cut these flowers, but unfortunately they're gonna have to come down. We're not here to save anything. We're here to make it look nice and pretty. And then got some branches. I'm an hour and a half away from home. I can't haul anything away. So we're gonna do our best job to mulch this down and then either cut up the branches, put them somewhere, move the trampoline, clean this place up. Let's begin working. Okay, this branch right here is not coming out. I'm trying to pull as hard as I can, but it's all tangled up in the grass. Gotta get the straps. appetit. Here's the update so far. Trimmed up some of these apple trees. I think they're apple, maybe cherry, I don't know. Did this, that one, that one, that one. I didn't need to do that one. And then I just elevated some of these other bigger ones. And again, we're traveling. I don't know a place to dump any of this stuff. And there's so much of it. I wish I had a shredder or like a chipper or something, so we could chip all this down to wood and then disperse it in the lawn or something, do something with it. But hey, we're out in the woods, so more than likely they're just gonna burn it. It's kind of, or hire a tree company or something that have one of those tow behind chippers and then just chip it away. I don't know how much that's gonna cost, but the reason why I mowed it first is because it was so overgrown that I didn't know where my mower is going to fit. And so now I have a good outline of where I need to trim. Once I trim, then we're just gonna mow all around the edge. And then, whoa, that was a big hawk. Probably missed it. And we're gonna mow this rest of the grass because it's all clumped up on the lawn. Like, look. So, but this gives it the opportunity to kind of dry up as well, and it's going to mulch a lot better. So I'm going to take a lunch break, water break, and jump back into it. All right guys, we finished up. Here's the final product. Looks so much better than when we first showed up. Hey, kids playing. Oh, since those kids can play, now these kids can play on their trampoline. So I think they'll really enjoy coming home to a yard that they can actually play in, and the dogs can run around freely without having to worry about snakes and bugs and other mice and all that stuff. So anyways, time to go back home. Hour-and-a-half drive. Here we go. Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Just showed up to my Tuesday project. We are going to be doing a lawn makeover video on this, so check out the full video, of course, on the Phil's Lawn Care channel. The front yard has been cut, but the backyard is a nightmare. Just going through it, I was looking at what kind of shrubs, and obviously the trees need to be cleaned up just a little bit. We got a honey locust tree here. We're just going to cut some of these lower branches. They don't need to be growing. We want stuff growing up here. So we might even cut this low-hanging fruit right here. Just so when the next person that moves in here needs to mow, they're not going to be hitting their head, smacking their heads while they're trimming. Definitely have not been doing any edging at all. So the edges need to be restored. Also, one more thing. This home, or this yard, is irrigated. We have to pop the sprinkler heads back in. This is the drain, and if you don't know, there's concrete that runs along here, and it's all completely covered. It's never been cleaned. This area needs to be cleaned out. So we're going to do that, so that way water doesn't skip through and doesn't drain. If you don't clean this, water is going to pool here, and some of it's going to go in there, but it's going to continue traveling. It's not supposed to continue. It's supposed to drain into these swales. Everybody has one. So let me real quick, I think this is the neighbor's, but that's alright. We'll pop it down so we don't smack it with the trimmer. Common pear tree also obviously needs to be cleaned up. All these lower branches don't need to be here. The only one we're not going to touch is the big one. I know it's competing with that even larger one, but that big one goes all the way up there. So we're not going to touch it, but we are going to clean up the lower ones. We're going to make it nice and pretty. And then you got your regular arborvitae bush. Looks like it's been kind of trimmed around. It's surpassing the bed, so I don't know if I'm going to take it back or not. Probably not. I'm gonna let the owner decide what she wants to do with it, but I will kind of trim it up just a tad bit more. Obviously grass on the side here. Then we got a Japanese spirea. Needs to be trimmed just a little bit. I'm actually going to cut this one back. It is also competing with, you know, your regular common boxwood, and the common boxwood is coming back into the stairway. We're going to clean that up as well, and we're going to see if we could separate them. I'm not sure if we can or not, because they're growing rampant in there. So we will cut this back. It's growing too much. We won't cut that back. We'll leave it as be. Pull these weeds, they don't need to be there. And then this is a first for me. I had to look this up, what this stuff is. It's actually a Chinese fountain bamboo. It's this stuff here. Obviously we don't want it growing into the driveway. Clean up the bed here, go all the way around, and see about cutting some of these back, because it looks like it's supposed to be only in like a corner. So all of this needs to be cleared along with the weeds. But this stuff looks invasive. Look at it. It's growing in the backside too. It shouldn't be growing back here, right? Here's the backyard. Pretty, ain't it? Yeah. So here's how I found out about this property. One of my buddies, his sister lives in one of these homes, and she's like, the backyard is a nightmare. Can you cut it? He's like, no, I don't do overgrown jungles like this, but I know someone that does. So he contacted me and gave me the owner's information. And so I contacted the owner, and I'm like, hey, my name is Phil, owner of Phil's Lawn Care. I provide free service, you know, in exchange for me just filming myself, and I upload it on social media. That's how I get paid. And she was like, no way. Like, she's like, I don't even think you would be able to mow it with a regular lawnmower. She's like, I was literally about to go and rent like a brush hog to bring all this down and cut it up and hopefully tame it down. And I'm like, really? Like, I'm up for a challenge. I've cut grass taller than me. And she starts laughing. She's like, hey, if you're up to the challenge, by all means go ahead, upload it, post it on social media, do whatever you want with it. Side yard, obviously a bunch of weeds. Everything needs to be scraped here. We don't want grass growing in any of these cracks. Bunch of grass. We are going to be bagging all this, cleaning up the sprinkler boxes, and just making it move-in ready for the new person, whoever that's going to be. We need to clean up the edge here. I wonder how far back it goes, the concrete. I want to find out. Let's see. Well, my foot is still going, and I'm a foot, 2 feet deep. We're gonna bring this back. Definitely will. I don't think it goes any farther. No, there's no concrete here. Okay, so it stops somewhere right here. We're gonna cut all this arborvitae back. We got, I don't know if this is planted or not, because it was planted right in front of a window, but that's a European mountain ash tree, and that needs to be cut back. I mean, there's no reason for it to even be there. I don't think that was, it almost seems like it wasn't even planted there. But we're gonna cut it all the way back. I think it's just ruining the site and getting all over the screen and window and all that. Cutting the arborvitae back, obviously, and then pulling the weeds, cutting the grass inside of the beds, just trying to separate the bed from the lawn. So we'll do our best to do that. Oh, sorry, did I say this is arborvitae? I meant Monterey cypress. It's a cypress tree. They call it a tree. You can call it a bush, whatever. Cypress bush. another cypress. Then there's a hiding arborvitae right in the middle of it. Arborvitae. We're gonna keep them connected. I don't think we could separate them. We'll keep them connected. Random trash can full of disgusting water. We're going to move that. Wild clover in the back. Another cypress. Definitely needs to be cut back here. And a bunch of more grass. So yeah, but here's the lawn. It's all seed. It's still being watered, full of weeds everywhere. Definitely not a pretty sight. So random hoses. We need to roll up and watch out for dog toys, dog poop, random stuff in the yard we don't want to mow over. Bones. Old dog bowl. Where's the plastic portion? I don't know. But anyways, enough blabbering. I think it's time to get to work. Let's talk a little bit about prep work. I should have done probably 90% of this before we showed up to the property. But I like to do prep work, especially prep my equipment and kind of have a game plan of how I'm going to knock this out. First of all, I didn't prep enough and I didn't charge my phone, so I record using my phone. And also something happened to my microphone in yesterday's video too. I was listening back and it was like giving me this rough like sound, but it was my mistake. Don't ever use a air gun to blow out dust from any type of holes in your phone. Use a little bristle brush. Lesson learned for me. I think I just ruined my microphone on my phone. So now I have to use a Rode microphone that I use a little dongle to connect to my phone via USB Type-C. And this actually picks up sound much more clearly. So I probably should have been using that from day one. So you guys are gonna hear a really good sound difference from this video that I'm gonna be doing a makeover on. Not on the GoPro. Obviously the sound on the GoPro is still pretty good, but the phone microphone is ruined. So, but anyways, I need to charge my phone up to 100. While I wait for that, well, at least get it up to like maybe 85, 90. While I wait for that, got my battery into my hedge trimmer, ready to hedge trim. Got my Steel KM131R refueled, and I just installed a brand new edger blade, so it's ready to go. Now, excuse me, losing my voice. This is like ever since I went full-time as a content creator, I have been forgetting to restring my trimmer heads. So that's the only trimmer head I have that actually has string in it. All the other ones need to be restringed. This one needs an eyelet. This is actually a broken one, so I'm gonna put this one down here. It needs to be fixed. I'm behind, man. I've been so busy, I've been behind. But I know I shouldn't use that as an excuse, but you know, whatever. You know, we're all busy sometimes. So I'm gonna keep some of this out because I don't want to randomly run out of string trimmer line, but I need to prep these at home, or you know, when I get back to my storage unit to unload my equipment. It's just one thing I have to do before I leave there, is to restring all of the trimmer heads, so that way they are ready. One more thing I forgot to do, and this has been pushed back, and that is to change the chain on this. Now, I don't sharpen chains. I think it's kind of, in this day and age, it's cheaper to replace the chain than to actually have a shop sharpen it, unless you have your own sharpener. But these are pretty cheap, and so I got a spare chain. I'm gonna throw it on right now because this one has hit rocks and everything, and it's just pretty dull. And then I of course got some barn chain oil. You never want to run your chainsaw dry, so you put some bar oil, change it up, and the little chainsaw is ready. Got my shovel rake ready, my bucket ready, and after I do this, I'm going to throw a tarp, have it ready. Again, I do all this before recording, so that way it's just boom boom, grab and go, grab and go. And one more thing I got to do is take off this dry wrap on the blower, because I will be using it, and refuel it. So that's almost the last thing. Maybe even drop the gate. get my mowers out over there, get my mower out over there since we're going to be mowing, and just have everything ready. It saves time that way, and so that way I don't have to you know, go back and forth, and there's less tripod movement as well. And also, people don't really like to watch me like do all this, like change out the chain, change out the trimmer head. They always skip those parts, or they say, why are you including yourself taking your mower off of the trimmer or trailer? Just show us, like, get back into it. So, like, I don't know, I like to listen to what the people say. I know a lot of people, they really don't care, but when people start pointing those things out, it kind of gets me thinking a bit, and I'm like, maybe I can just start saving a little bit of time and just going straight to work, you know, instead of showing you kind of what I do, showing the prep work. And this is on the main channel. Like, I'll show you guys prep work on this channel because it's behind the scenes, you know, it only makes sense. But anyways, just thought I'd share that. This is pretty easy stuff. I got a battery as well in there that's, I think, fully charged. First thing we're gonna do is loosen up this bolt here, and this multi-tool came with the chainsaw. Milwaukee calls it a hatchet. I guess you can call it a hatchet too, but take off the cover, take off the chain. The chain is no good. We're gonna toss that to the side. Take our little multi-tool and just scrape off this excess. Take out the sticks or anything that's kind of lodged in there. Clean this area up a bit. Grass and whatnot. If I had an air gun, I would blow this out, but I do not have access to air right now. Got like grass jammed up in here, right by the sprocket. Good enough. Take your bar, do the same thing. Good enough. Obviously, when installing chain, unwind it. Sometimes it can, obviously, when installing it, you want to have the teeth, it's spinning clockwise. So remember, your teeth are spinning clockwise. And of course I installed the bar upside down. It doesn't really matter, but I just want to keep the logo readable when I'm using it. Take it just like this. See how the teeth are here. It's easier when I install it. After I install it, I'll show you. Line it up with the tensioner, kind of give it a little bit of tension. Give this a few taps, clean off the dust. Put your bar nut back on while holding the bar, kind of forcing it that way. You want that tension on there. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Tighten this up. And we should be good to go. No slack on the bottom there. I'm going to give it a test. See, there's no slack. That means we got it tight enough. And now see the teeth, they are again going clockwise. So when it's spinning, you want to be having the teeth pointing this way. So when you touch it with your fingers, it should be going this way. It should be sharp. Hopefully I explained it correctly. So last but not least, bar oil. I like to lean this down sometimes when I'm putting in bar oil. Some people use motor oil, but I use bar oil. It's designed for it. Just don't overfill it because this tank is super small. Or oil capacity tank, whatever you want to call it. See, it's already spilling over. That's okay. Just tighten it a bit. You don't have to really crank on this thing. Just tighten it. Have it snug. Put your multi-tool away. And we're ready to go. Here we go, undercover again, ready for battle. Can't even see my mower. Yep. That's how it should look like. And again, I chose to keep that one, right, because it travels right into the middle. It's holding up this branch here. Found a little bird's nest, kept it, but trimmed everything else that's not needed to be there. Now it looks way better. All right, loaded up, ready to do a round trip to the dump because the bed of the truck is full and we actually need it. We haven't even started, well, I haven't even started mowing the lawn yet. And after I come back, I'm still not gonna do it. I still have a bunch of hedges to trim back, but I'll give you an update. It's going pretty good. Still haven't done these. Here's what I've been working on. This has been taking me at least 20 minutes already. But see, it was like up to here. There's this whole like concrete piece hidden behind this bush, so it needed to be cut back. I don't know if it's going to grow back here, maybe not, but it needs to be cut. It needed to be cut back here as well to kind of give more room for the lawn. So hey, we do what we can, you know. I personally think it should have been done a long time ago. Like, look at this one. It looks like they cut out a little hole, and if you look deep inside, there's a sprinkler there. Like, these shouldn't be growing out that much. I know they grow like crazy, you can already tell, but they should have been cut back every single year, like, you know, to here and then to here. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go to the dump. I'm gonna eat something, drink a lot of water, take a break, let my phone charge, and jump back into it. Yep, I knew it. Pouring down rain, and I'm like 3/4 of the way done. I'm bagging up the sides right now because they're really easy to bag. I mulch them and everything, but there's just absolutely no way I can bag this in one pass. I mean, like, even there's just no way I can bag this without mulching it a few more times. I mean, it's just, it needs to be cut up more, way more. I mean, right here is like one full bag, one full accelerator bagger of grass, and I got like 50 of those. That's why I need to cut it more often, or cut it like, yeah, 5-6 more times. Go this way, that way, this way. Yeah, and the rain's not helping, so I want to get it done today. I don't want to come back. So I'm gonna finish up bagging up the sides. Here's what the hedges look like. Cut them back, expose some sprinkler heads. No wonder this side wasn't really growing, because the sprinklers were blocked. Cleaned up the patio, and I already bagged this side, so trimmed all the perimeters, and you can say it's looking much better. If you thought that, I appreciate it. But no, it's definitely a challenging one. It's kind of wiping me out. I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. Probably gonna be scouting tomorrow if it's not raining like this. I think this is the only day of rain. And still not done. Completely drenched, and I want to get this job done before the end of the day. It is 4:14. The dump closes at 5. I need to go right now. Right after I show you guys this, I did my grass plow method. I plowed everything into the middle, cut everything else that was sticking up, and now I have this bunch of grass. That all needs to go, get into the bed of the truck and get hauled away, and then I can finally run a bagger and bag what's left after I remove that big pile. Let's go to the dump. I've been here since like 9. It's probably gonna be done at 6, so just like a 9-10 hour project. Crazy. Round 2 dumped. Quick dump. Didn't even unhook my trailer. I gotta go. Speechless. Literally, quitting is on my mind, but I don't want to quit. I do not want to quit. I do not want to go home. Faced challenges like this in the past. I mowed like 26 lawns one time because I knew it was going to rain for 3 days straight. So I had to knock all of them out Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And the pile of grass is almost done. 2 more garbage can loads, and I just need to run through the high spots and forget bagging anything after, dude. I'm done. I'll let whatever's laying on the lawn, let it lay until whoever's gonna mow this place, and I tell her to locate a company and start mowing it on a weekly basis. They'll mulch everything else up, but rain makes everything like 5 times harder, and makes the weight of the grass 4 times heavier. weather today is so garbage. It was so nice. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect me to work here like 8-9 hours. I'm telling you, if I was still in the lawn care business, I would have definitely underestimated this property. Definitely lost money. I'm out of here. Heated seat, heated steering wheel, high temp inside. It's a sauna in here, but I need it because I'm cold. Like my face, my body is cold. And I'm finally pulling out of the job site. I'm done. I don't have to return, man. Feels good. I don't have to return tomorrow and finish up the job. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling when you don't have to come back twice. I spent 9 hours, I counted, from 9 to 6. And my audio is like distorted on my phone. The rain really did something to my phone, so I'll have to fix it. But I'm just having like hot air blowing up my face. It feels so good. Oh, and of course it looks like it's clearing out. 6 o'clock, I gotta go drop off my equipment because I don't want to drop it off at home, nor am I gonna park my truck inside of the garage. I'm not putting anything in the garage that has wet grass in it because it's going to stink up the place. No thanks. This is all going into the storage. And yeah, truck is going to be parked outside until tomorrow morning when I go to the dump. Dude, just won't quit. It just will not quit. There we go, load it up. Still coming down. Letting everything dry out. So cold. This is the stuff you gotta persevere through. Look away for the code. Ooh. Man, it's cold. This is so cold. Glad I'm done for today. Glad I have heat in my truck. Thankful for everything. Thankful for my life, for my business, for you guys that were watching. Thank you so much for your viewership. I think that's wrapping up for Tuesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And so it begins. Ugh. Still can't believe all that came out of the bed of the truck. Crazy packed in. Disgusting. Well, time to go to the wash. Back to my favorite dealer, Reagan Equipment.
That one's a dark one.
Northwest Edition. Something about walker mowers I really like, but I consider them as finish mowers. I don't see myself using it to mow overgrown lawns. But yeah, there's a nice steel right there. It's the RZ752i. It's also got the oil guard, Vanguard oil guard. It's got a 28 horsepower. Our Toro is more beefier. It's got a 37 horse, I believe. Hey, I bought the carbon fiber shaft, and I think this is 1.9 pounds. And that steel one, remember I told you it was kind of heavy? The steel one is like 3.7. So you shave off I don't know, pound and a half or something just by going with the carbon shaft. So I'm excited to use it. And see, even the plastic sleeves are different. Maybe these are a lot more sturdy. That ran me, man, that's a loud truck. So that carbon shaft ran me $164.99. So $174 out the door. Part number is 000-710-7102. Yeah, I've been starting to do a lot of hedge trimming lately, and I was also looking at the Steel HSA 45. It's a integrated battery hedge trimmer, and it runs up to 40 minutes. So, but it's like the homeowner edition of hedge trimmers made by Steel. However, the trade-off is it's super light. I mean, like finger light. You could lift it up with a pinky. And I'm like, man, like, and it's got an integrated battery. Remember that you don't have to you just have to recharge the unit. Runs up to 40 minutes. I'm like, I only use a hedge trimmer for maybe like 10 minutes. So I might be looking into getting the HSA 45, but I'm gonna do some research before I make that purchase. Happy Thursday, everybody. I think today's Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday. I don't even know if I recorded yesterday or not. Maybe a little bit in the morning when I went to the dump, but I don't think I recorded anything else. And the reason is because I just had a lot of personal chores that needed to get done, stuff that I've been kind of holding back on, and so I decided I'd catch back up on my list, knock all those things out. And today I went and scouted a little bit. There were a few overgrown properties, but it seems like a lot of these lawns are now starting to dry up, which is not good. It means we missed our opportunity. Well, not really. I really like mowing lawns that are green, not dry and dead and overgrown, but green and overgrown, they're a little bit easier to cut. However, you know, that's just the change of seasons, right? So today's plan is to look at the aftermath of Tuesday and check out all the equipment. We also need to sharpen all the blades, clean underneath the decks, because I know there's grass that's caked up under there that we need to clean up under there, because if we let it sit, it might rust up our deck. We don't want that. So we need to clean all of the decks, sharpen all the lawnmower blades, and then tomorrow we're gonna go and cut a overgrown lot. And there's no house on it. However, it's surrounded by homes, and it's just ugly. And I haven't looked at it in a couple days, but I still think it's overgrown. So if it's not, then we're just gonna do another project. We still have to mow my lawn tomorrow, so we have a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to catch up on. And there you go, that's the lawn care life. All right, you already know where we're at. It is maintenance day, sort of. I need to restring all of my trimmer heads. I actually have my RBG 712. It's a blade grinder, commercial blade grinder, and I got it hooked up to my all-power 2000 watt portable power bank. I want to see if it works. I've never tried it, but cool little portable sharpening station. Got the dry wraps back on both of my KMAs. Trimmer, I actually need to sharpen the hedge trimmer. We're going to do that at home because I didn't bring the tool for that. And we're going to sharpen up the blades on the Turf Master. We get disconnected here. Got my blower back on with the dry wrap, gas can, and so garbage. Here's my mower. Here's what it looks like. Again, remember, we just dropped it off and went home because we haven't even checked. We let it sit, and looks like we need to pressure wash the concrete at some point. But underneath, it's not, yeah, it's terrible. I was gonna say it's not too bad, but all that needs to come off, because if we let it sit, it's gonna start rusting up our deck. So yeah, that's terrible. But we're gonna sharpen both the HDX blades and the X Mark Stars blades, and also the Turfmaster blades. All right, let's see if this will work. Oh, it's working. 104 watts. Obviously it's fluctuating. Sounds like it's at full blast, maybe not, but operating at, again, 100, maybe you can catch that, maybe not, but 100 watts. And then when I put it under load, it's a lot more. So hey, it works.
This property is so overgrown that
Change of plans. Scouting again. Been trying to knock on this door one time. Almost seems like no one lives here. But looks like a bunch of cars parked. And it's probably the most overgrown property in the city. Try to just being here is scary. It's like someone's gonna jump out of the weeds and stab me. Man. Yep. Try number 2, no one here. Maybe nobody lives there. Maybe it's like just abandoned. It's my next project. Just a empty lot, overgrown, got a bunch of sticks in the hidden in the tall grass, so we're gonna make a pile right here, cut the grass so that way we avoid smacking any of them with their blades. Let's get to work. Sorry guys, I completely forgot to show you the after, or even some mowing footage, but we got all of the limbs that were hiding picked up, and now we got to dispose of them. Of course, we were at the dump in line for the scale. Gotta get weighed up, and then I don't think it's gonna be much because these branches are pretty dry, so we're only gonna be paying like $2 or $3. That's my guess, but we'll see what it is. Actually, a bunch of them hidden in that tall grass. I mean, a whole trailer load full. You couldn't even see any of, well, you saw like a little bit of them, but majority of that I pulled out of the grass that was hiding on the bottom. So grass grew over it over the spring and summertime. $3.60. All right, it's Friday. I just did my little segment for Navimo, and I downloaded the app. I got it all connected. Ran the GPS satellite signal thing right here, and it is not an ideal spot, but it still works. So I like it actually right there because it's kind of hidden. It's not in the middle of the lawn, and I don't have to dig any holes or anything to kind of hide the wire. because I have the wire coming right underneath the base, and then it goes all the way behind there. Let's open this up and show you. Remember when I told you guys that I only have one outlet on the outside and it's on the left side? Well, I got it connected. So I actually have to hide this wire. That's the only wire I have to hide. Not too worried about the one behind the fence, but this one I am. So I have to hide this one. But let me show you how it works. So I already got it, again, set up. And I got the base plate kind of mounted to the bottom there. So I have two zones. This zone here, and then this second zone over there. I'm only doing two zones because I've noticed that if I try to do three, it actually won't mow the swale. Could do the swales, and I could probably get it to work if I were to cut them shorter, like 2 inches, then it won't get stuck. But it cuts the flat grass pretty well. So let me show you. I got it parked. It's 100% charged, and so we're just gonna press of a button, click mow now. There it goes. Rides right over the concrete edging. It's going to do a quick calibrate, not collaborate, calibrate, and start mowing. So as you can see, I already had it mowing a little bit just to, there it goes, it's starting, and now it's going to make its way and finish off what it, you know, still has to finish. All that gray area, the darker gray, is what it already mowed. And again, we're 7%, bug on my arm, 7% done. So it's just gonna start the process and mow its way. I want to show you guys how it goes. I created what's called like a, I forgot what this was called, a channel. So it'll actually go on the sidewalk concrete and head on over to zone 2. So we're gonna let it do its thing. It's gonna come right here, travel onto the sidewalk, and then come inside here and start mowing. It goes around the perimeter, and then it goes in straight lines. So I know there's some mowers that mow randomly, but this one mows straight lines. Obviously it's not striping anything. This is not a striping mower. But hey, it gets the job done. And I got it set up on a schedule. So where's the schedule? Oh, mowing schedule, duh. So it's gonna mow from 11 to 1 o'clock, Sunday through Saturday. And then also it's gonna mow from 9 to 11 p.m. I think it takes, I didn't time it, but I think it takes like maybe 25-30 minutes to mow both zones. And after it's done mowing both, the battery is like drained. So it actually goes back to the charging station at 15% when it's low. It'll go back, even if it's over there, it'll stop mowing, come back across the channel, and then come back here, and then go back to the charging station. So it's pretty cool, but it doesn't need to be mowing right now, so I'm actually gonna send it home. Cancel mowing, yes. So now it's like relocating to the charging station, coming back, and I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for it to jump over this concrete edging, but we're just gonna see how well it does right now. 'Cause I got the front staked down. I don't have the rear staked because I don't know if I need to put more rocks under there to kind of angle it a little bit more down, but let's see how it does. So here it goes. It's going to turn on the camera right there, the sensor. It's going to sense magnetically that part right there. So it lines it up and it comes in. And those wheels are plastic, so as you can see, it kind of spins over. And it's going to line up and magnetically connect. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, it missed it. So it's gonna go back. It just self-adjusts. It's trying its hardest. It did it first try last time, and then the time before that it took 4 tries, but it gets back by itself. I'm glad that when it's at 15%, then it starts to make its way back, because if it started to make its way back at like 2% and it had to do this 4 or 5 times, it might just randomly die. Imagine I'm out like at vacation or something, and this thing dies in the middle of the sidewalk or something. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There it goes, boom, green, charging. There we go. So that's the Navimo. Again, I did a little sponsor segment. They didn't ask for this. I'm just doing it to show you guys, because I like new stuff. I like new toys, I like new technology, and this is my first robotic mower. So yeah, we're gonna see how it does all week. I'm gonna let it mow all week, and then I'm gonna see if it can keep up with the growth of my lawn. And if it does a good job, then I might just keep it. But if it does not do a good job, then I might sell it to someone that needs it more than me.